Hi, I'm Ryan from ORS Racks Direct here in Vermont on this glorious day, and we are going to show you the new Thule 480 Traverse base rack system. This is Thule's new base rack for naked roofs. It's replacing the 400 XT, and it's better than ever. It's easier to install, easier to use, it's got a cleaner look, we're going to show you just how easy it is to slap it on a vehicle. We've got one bar mounted already, and we're going to put on the rear crossbar right now. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, when you get your system, you're going to have two load bars, a set of feet, and the fit kit. So we got our 480 box here, we got our fit kit here, we got our bar here, the other bar is up there. You know, a pack of locks is a very common accessory as well as a fairing. But this is the basic stuff to get going. And we are going to set up the 2 feet on the rear crossbar. And with the fit kit, and for this Tundra, it's 1555, 2010 Tundra, you'll find instructions, but also the very important 4 measurements that are critical. And the first measurement is the distance between the 2 feet on the front crossbar, which we already have set up. Then there's a second measurement, which is the distance from where the paint ends and the windshield begins, right to the edge of the foot. And then now we're going to do the third and fourth measurements. The third measurement is the distance between the feet on the rear crossbar. So now we're going to set up the rear crossbar, and this is how I prefer to do it. So I've got a 58-inch crossbar, and the measurement you're going to get is going to tell you the distance between the inside edge of sort of the clamp on top of the foot. So what I like to do is find the center point of the bar. So it's a 58-inch bar, and so I'm going to go to 29 inches, and I'm just going to make a little mark. So there's my center point, okay? Then I'm going to install my towers. Now here, or my feet, here's the 480 Traverse foot, and all you need to do to get going is to pull this lever, which is going to release all the tension and allow that bar to slide right through there. Just like that. It's just so easy. So those are all ready to go. And you've got, you know, crossbars, you'll notice there's a smooth edge and sort of a ridged edge, and the ridged edge generally goes on the top. So there's the underside. So I'm just going to slide 1 foot on there, and 1 foot there. And again, that measurement that they provide, and I think it's 49 and 5/8 inches, is the distance between the inside edge of each foot. So all I need to do is divide that number by 2, and I can measure it from the center point to each foot. Makes it easier. And a little quick calculation in my head. For this video, let's call it 25 inches. And I almost got that perfect. And so basically, you just get it up to that measurement and you lock it down for now. And I like to do that just so I can make sure. There we go. Locked in place. But I haven't installed my clips yet. So I'm going to have to unlock those. But anyway, here are my clips for my fit kit and my rubber foot pads. And with the fit kit, you also get the end caps. They come they come with a foot pack. There we go. So with your fit kit, you get your instructions and you get your clips and your pads, which are very specific for the vehicle. You can see this has a little ridge on it, and that's the edge that's going to rest on the roof. And when we get a little bit closer, you'll see how that's going to perfectly fit the contour. So the pad is almost as important for being specific for the vehicle as the clip is. And the clip from the fit kit obviously is designed to perfectly fit the contour where it's going to grab on for your specific vehicle. Now, this is where this Traverse system is superior over the 400 XT in its ease of use. So I'm going to throw that open. Now that I've got these locked in place, I'm just going to open that up. I've got my clip. And again, we're kind of working upside down. But this is the inside, and this is where the clip is going to grab. That little cover opens up. So I've got this thing all ready to go. And I'm just going to drop the clip right down in here. Let's see here. There we go. And this thing is kind of spring-loaded, and when it just kind of settles into place. There's a hole in the clip, and this sort of barrel, I guess you could call it, which we're going to use to tighten the tension with in a minute here, will fall right through. It just sort of settles into place. And once that's settled in, then you lock that down and you're done for that. So let's go over here and do the same thing. Open that up. Just kind of... this thing actually... there we go. And here's a little... I think we had this thing pre-set up. So this little knot, barrel I called it, is kind of threaded out, so you just got to kind of spin that in. And I think when this thing comes out of the box, it'll be ready to go. But if you have a hard time getting the clip in, you can just turn that until it's out of the way, and then it'll just pop into place just like that. Okay? And then we lock it down. So we have set up the correct distance between these two, and it's always a good idea before you get up there just to double check. Now that we've got this set up to the center line, you can measure and see if you are right about where you need to be. 49 5/8. That is pretty much perfect. 49 5/8. So that should be all set to go. When I lay that on top of the roof, they'll be perfect. And we'll check that out right now. But before, we have one more step, and that's to put on the pad and the end caps. I guess you could do that now. I slipped them on there, so there's our end caps all ready to go. And as far as the pad, real simple. You can see how it fits the contour, so it's pretty foolproof. You just press it on, and it's ready to go. That is all set. All right, so we're gonna, and hang. I should undo the rear door here. There we go. All right, now the final measurement was from the front tower to the back. And I'm just going to kind of get this up there, and I'll measure that, and then you'll see how easy this thing goes into place. And again, those pads have that little ridge, and they fit right. You've got kind of this ridge along the roof here, and there's a plastic molding, and that pad just perfectly lines up against it. So come on over here and take a look at this. You will see that the clip is ready to go. Once I tighten that down, the pad is nice and flush. Everything lines up perfectly. That kind of tells you know what you're doing. I don't know if you can get up there and see that or not, but you see how the edge of that pad falls right onto the groove. So when you're installing, if that doesn't line up, then you need to recheck your measurement. And then all you need to do is tighten it down. And the nice thing about this new 480 Traverse system is you've got this wrench, and it's actually a torque wrench. And you can see there's a little line in the center, and there's two offset lines on the outside. And when you start to turn this thing, what you're looking for is for that center line to line up with those offset lines. And that goes right into this piece right there, and you just start to spin it and tighten. And obviously, make sure your clip is lined up. And then you just start to spin that, and you just turn that until it's tight enough where when you turn it, that's gonna line up. Almost there, a couple more turns, and there we go. Yeah, I would say one more half turn. So when you turn that, you can see that, and it has to be under tension obviously for it to work because it's a torque wrench. But as I spin that, you'll see how that moves around the green part, and that's going to line up perfectly. So that tells me I've got the perfect amount of tension, and then all I need to do is just push this forward. It kind of clicks into place, lock it down, and repeat with the other side. You don't need to run back and forth. That is the perfect tension. The other side will tension the same way, and you are done. I would certainly recommend throwing a lock pack on there so that someone couldn't come along and take it off.